Welcome to another edition of the Dementia Care Partner Talk Show. Now, here's dementia care expert Teepa Snow and your host, Greg Phelps.
Hello and welcome to the Positive Approach to Care podcast series on all things dementia, brought to you by Seni. Seni brand is a high-quality line of adult disposable briefs and underwear that helps people living with bladder leaks retain their dignity and confidence to enjoy everyday activities with less worry. The full breathability and superabsorbency features of Seni products allows incontinent people to sleep through the night and awake more alert in the mornings, with lower risk of falls, UTIs, and skin breakdowns. Caregivers benefit too, as people wearing Seni products require less changes, with less soiled sheets and garments to launder. One life at a time, Seni products are improving the quality of life for people living with incontinence. And Teepa Snow joins me once again. Teepa, what's this about some sort of a conference coming up? I thought we canceled all conference, so we couldn't travel
Oh,
anymore. And
we didn't cancel the conference. We did cancel the travel. Good thing too, because it's still not a really great idea to bring a whole bunch of people from around the world together to share things. And some people can't even leave where they are. But we are having our Positive Approach to Care annual conference. This will be our
number three.
yeah, this is number 3, and it's in this one we're talking about all gems can shine.
Okay, so for people who don't necessarily know what a gem is, other than the rock in their wife's ring or something like that, what are the gems, and what does that relate to the conference?
Yeah, that means that people go through people go through different brain states, and maybe I'm going through one right now, where you are really very clever and flexible, and then maybe you're a little rigid and sharp, but you're still good as long as you can use your routines. And then maybe you get a little in a place where you're a little turned around, or you're doing okay, but then you repeat something that you didn't mean to repeat, or you skip something you didn't mean to, but you're going. And then there might be times when you're more sensory driven. You're like, I want what I want when I want it, and if I don't want it, I don't want to do it. And then there are times when it's just big movement, or I'm just rested, just leave me be for a bit. I'm recharging my batteries, or I'm up and doing something, but not with a lot of skill. And then maybe sometimes I retreat into a quiet place because I got to recharge. So what I just described is how we might go through a day when we've had a busy day, but it's also the changes that can happen when somebody's living with dementia, where rather than talking about profound dementia, severe dementia, lots of loss, we talk about what are they doing? What are they able to do? What's the focus? And by talking about gems, we talk about something that has value and something that people could see as beautiful, rather than just, oh, it's an awful condition. It's a hard condition. We don't think it isn't, but we believe that with the right support and the right care, life can be lived well in some cases and lived better in others. And actually people can have value and purpose.
So why is it important for me as a care partner to understand what's going on? Why do I have to understand brain change when I'm simply, a care partner?
Yeah, well, number one, your brains is going to be changing when you become a care partner. So it's really important that you look in the mirror every now and then and realize, wow, I'm having a really hard time with this. I really don't like the smell. I really don't like how she looks, because that reaction is going to determine how you provide support and care if you're not careful. And you want to be more aware of it, so you can go, whoa, I think I may need a break here, or I need a little more support, or I need somebody else to do this for a bit while I take a breather. On the other hand, if you're feeling like this is working really well, then when it doesn't, I might turn around and think the person isn't trying today because it worked fine yesterday, rather than recognizing I like my habit and routine. And unfortunately, their brain isn't in the same place mine is.
So I
So
kind of need to understand all of that, don't I?
yeah, if you're going to really be satisfied with your job or your work as a care partner, otherwise you might find yourself really not wanting to do this and not liking the person you would typically want to be with. It's not easy when brains are changing and gem states vary, because although they can be beautiful, they can also be hard to deal with when you are not in a good place yourself. So that's what the conference is about, really getting us to look at people's abilities, our own abilities, and when we might want to think about, okay, Do we need to change an environment? Do we want to look at the sensation somebody's picking up on? Do we want to look at how we're spending time? Or how about where we find joy and pleasure in being alive?
Now, Teepa, I know you could do this. I know you could. You could stand there for 2 days and talk for the entire conference. But I have a funny feeling that it's not going to be just you and that we might actually
It
have breakout rooms and other topics and other people. And
Yeah, I am doing the keynotes and but I'm also doing it with people living with dementia, sometimes as they are the person living with dementia, but sometimes people living with dementia are also care partnering for someone else. Because it's not all one side of the street or the other. So we also have a number of our mentors who are presenting often with someone else, either people who are in the PAC community, people who are living with dementia. We also have sessions where people living with dementia are speaking for themselves and speaking as a small group and sharing out their impressions and their thoughts. And then we have self-help and self-care groups that are going to be running on some of these in-between times.
now, the one thing that I would miss is some of the great food we had at the first conference. I would miss banging the drums and playing the different musical
Well, you
instruments.
won't miss the music because we are going to have a music session one evening, and we'll be having dance sessions and singing and games playing in between if you choose to join us. Now, you don't have to come to that, but we encourage you to think about it because you might find out it's not what you thought it was, and it might lift you up a little bit because you've been isolated a long time.
And sometimes some topics are need to know, and they can be a little bit of a downer on occasion. So some levity, some
Yeah, we try to find the bright spots among the tough stuff because we know that, yeah, there is tough stuff. Dementia's not easy and it's going to be rough sometimes. But then we got to find the things that make us feel good about who we are, what we do, who the person is, what happens. We got to find the joy in the moments and the pleasure in the little tiny bits sometimes. But we also have the opportunity, at the very end, we're going to show the dementia screen show, the screenplay that we did, and we'll have that. We'll be screening. We'll be previewing it because we've put it together with some other resources, and it'll be available as a product once we're done. So that's going to happen at the end. We're going to open with people living with dementia sharing about their perspective, and at the end, we're going to talk about a family's journey.
November 15th and 16th. So when do I have to sign up by?
Well, you could sign up to right before it. It might be a little less comfortable for you because you won't get a chance to check things out ahead of time. We also have a huge number of sponsors who are part of this because we want people to know what the resources are. We'll be using Whova, but we'll also be doing breakouts on Zoom, and we have people to support and help. So you could do it immediately right before or a good bit before. Oh, and you'll also get a recording for a year if you sign up.
Ooh, because you have concurrent events.
We do. And so you could come to one and record. Well, I have 2 other recordings. And then later on, when you get a chance, you can go back and listen to those whenever you want to.
Teepa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. We hope to see you all there.
You've been listening to the Positive Approach to Care podcast series. More information on today's topic, the conference, any other information related to dementia care, check the website at teepasnow.com.
Hi, I'm Teepa Snow, and you just found our YouTube channel and watched one of our videos. I'm the owner and founder of Positive Approach to Care. Thanks for watching, and if you liked, if you have a comment about, or you would, please share it with people you know. Oh, and if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. We'll let you know when the next new video comes out, and you might want to visit our website, www.teepasnow.com, where you'll find other resources as well. See you there.